lot. Told her fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy.
Okay.
I got the mojo deals. We been trapping like the 80s.
What's up, bro?
Back in the new year. What's really
Happy
going
New
on?
Year, man.
2020. We take it over.
2020, you know what I'm saying? It's a big year, doing big things, popping and all of that.
That's right. 20 plus 20 equals 40, which is the episode we're doing.
40.
Quick math.
Ooh.
I'm Noah Lyons.
I'm Henry Woods.
Be sure to follow us on any and every social media platform. That includes on Twitter, hashtag done. All right, you got it.
Okay, Twitter is @_WRGO.
Yes,
Instagram, what's really going? YouTube, what's really going on? Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify. Goddamn, we might come out with some more new platforms, but what's really going on?
We got some news. Shout out to Revive POC.
Oh, shout out to Revive POC. We were a guest on their show last
Philly Radio.
Yeah, Philly Radio. So shout out to them. We appreciate everybody that's
Did a
tuning
whole
in.
hour.
It was a great
We're
conversation.
going to have the YouTube clip of that next week.
Yeah. That was pretty cool, actually.
That was pretty cool. So all the other radio shows, book us.
You know what I'm saying?
Booked and busy 2020.
We here and available.
We coming at it. So now we're going to come at this news. A lot of stuff been going on.
Headache.
Yeah, Henry going to get the clip together, and then we're gonna get into this.
All right, so here's kind of food for thought. First clip.
Thank you, sir.
On December 18th, the House of Representatives impeached the President of the United States. An impeachment that will last forever. Since December 18th, there have been comments about when are we going to send the articles over? Well, we had hoped that the courtesy would be extended, that we would have seen what the process would be in the Senate. Short of that, that time has revealed many things since then. Time has been our friend in all of this because it has yielded incriminating evidence, more truth into the public domain.
So that was the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. So today, on Wednesday, January 15th, the House of Representatives, they voted on the resolution for House managers, which is basically the people who were served and as prosecutors in the trial. So it's 7 members, so it's, we're gonna go through the list real quick. So it's Rep. Adam Schiff, who's from California, who's the chair of the Intel Committee, Rep. Jerry Nadler, who's the chair of the Judiciary Committee, Hakeem Jeffries, one of my personal favorites, he's the Democratic House Caucus chair, he's a young black member in his 40s, Zoe Lofgren, who was a staffer for the Nixon investigation in the Judiciary Committee, and was also a member of Congress during the Clinton impeachment hearings. Rep. Jason Crow from Colorado, who is the only veteran to serve in the group. Val Demings, a black woman who represents Orlando. She is the former Orlando police chief. And Sylvia Garcia, who was the first Latina to be elected to Congress. Henry and I talked about her last year. She made the historic achievement. Basically, they're going to get it popping tomorrow. The senators are going to swear in their oath. John Roberts, the Chief Justice, Henry and I were just doing all our research to double confirm. He's going to come down and he's going to basically read the oath to them. And then McConnell said, January 21st, day after MLK Day, we going. So I think how should we look out for all of this? What's the top line thing? This is important. This is history.
No, it's definitely important. Okay, so I definitely have to acknowledge the fact that well, not even acknowledge. You know how some people were he's not going to get impeached, he's got impeached.
Yeah.
So this shows you what impeachment really is. The fact that the House impeached him, he is now impeached. Now the Senate is going to put him through a trial to figure out whether he is going to be removed from the House. So now that you actually see that process in play, it's okay, this.
Yeah.
Let's see how this plays out. You kind of get a little what's gonna happen? However, because McConnell did try to come out and say he's gonna give this a fair shot.
Fair in
whatnot.
In theory,
right? So that's what I'm hoping for, that this actually you know what I'm saying? It's a good trial, it's a fair trial, it's a thorough trial, and we get some type of justice in the situation. yeah, like looking out for like next week will definitely be like a headache.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of mess. Because I think that it's going to be interesting to see, because just like the Democrats put up impeachment managers, the Republicans are going to do the same
Right.
in the House. And we covered the impeachment hearings like way last month, and we played videos of how Republicans were acting crazy, promoting conspiracy theories. And I think the way this is going to work is that they're basically going to read the articles of impeachment, and then the Senate is basically going to ask them questions or provide them like with written questions, and they basically have to respond of like, you asked me this question, here's the answer. You asked me this question, here's the answer. So I think that my hope is that it's a very, just the optics of it will continue, where it's like the Democrats are very calm, they're poised, they're not doing the most. They're just saying like,
Well, they
here's
can't
what
take
this is.
cell phones and all that shit there,
So it's a very,
they won't be distracted.
Right.
They can't even talk. So they have to.
It's a trial.
You know what I'm
Very,
saying?
like,
So like procedural. It is. Because like it's just, like I said before, like it gives you a little like, oh yeah, like a little bit. However, like you said,
do you trust the Republicans?
Put up, you know what I'm saying, right? They put up their people, and then it's gonna be this tit for tat type thing that could potentially happen, and that's what you don't want.
Right, and you know that the Republicans are going to be the loudest ones in the room, and the way the media works is that then they're going to play it as this Republicans and Democrats duel it out over, when it's like, well, this person just yelled and took up all the airtime. I actually presented a good case,
and that's
and
what
this person
the
just
problem
screamed the whole
is,
time.
and that's what kind of Chief
Justice Roberts.
Yeah, Chief Justice Roberts. He like, you know what I'm saying, when I was like looking into him or whatever, he was kind of like basically saying this isn't about like a party. It's about the democracy of America, and that's what like some people kind of take that for granted, in the sense of like we like push our own views forward
without just focusing on like, here's why we're here.
Right.
The Constitution.
And that's what like if like you said, the media plays it out to where it's like, oh, the Republicans and Democrats duke it out for the impeachment or whatever, however they want to word it. It becomes this like big publicity thing when the real issue is
something really serious,
right? And I think the most like I don't know what word right now. Anyway, the thing about this is like the fact that this is happening in the same time period that we have like people running for president,
Iran and all this other stuff. Well, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, because that was just like
a mess. But I think, like you said, I think the most encouraging part about this is that, like you said, John Roberts it appears in his history and kind of his leaning, where he leans conservative, but he's shown the ability to go both sides, is that he'll just kind of be the institutionalist, where he's just saying like, why are we here? Focus on this. You're like, no, you can't speak. You can't continue your thought because you're going off on something that has nothing to do with
I think he might do a good job.
So if he like manages this, because he's presiding over.
He's not a fan of Trump. Even that, like, that don't really matter here.
It doesn't. But I think this is not the last time we're gonna talk about this.
We're gonna be talking about
right. So I think, that's just something interesting to look out for.